name is JayEdge, the Jamaican singer, and I'm a musician, songwriter, singer, just a musical person all around. Why the Jamaican singer, many might ask? Well, not the reggae singer, not the dancehall singer. For me, I don't only do reggae or dancehall, I do all genres. But one thing will remain, I'm a Jamaican, so the Jamaican singer. I'm influenced by multiple genres, multiple persons, probably on opposite end of the spectrum. Gospel music, dancehall music, hip-hop music, country music. I mean, growing up as a youth, I remember mommy used to play the Skeeter Davis, Marty Robbins, real roots country music, while she play her Mahalia Jackson. The real musicians will know what I'm talking about. Music for me started from birth. I mean, that might be a bit cliche, but I mean, I've been doing music for as long as I can remember. By doing music, I've been around music. I've had the love, the passion from as early as a baby. Because I can remember even when going to church, I wasn't interested in anything more than just sitting close to the music, taking in the keyboard, the drums. And I'd say church formed the basic platform for me as a musician. That's where I got the exposure. Mark you, there was a lot of fighting to play the drums in my church. I mean, man get lick out a drumstick and all them something there, but we still progressed, went on to the keyboard, went to music school, got formally trained on some level, started branching out there professionally, and then I realized that, well, actually I knew that I wanted to do this. This was the only thing for me. Music was the only thing for me. The drums is where it all started. From church days, as I said earlier, we used to fight to play the drums. While I was at music school, I studied the piano classically, and I transferred my piano knowledge pretty much to the guitar and taught myself. I can help myself on the guitar, as Jamaican people would say. When I started music school, I couldn't really play. To be very honest, I auditioned on voice. I auditioned as a singer for music school. My given name is Jermaine Alwyn Williams. Do I like that name? Not really. It's a very common name, but it's my name. I wasn't called JayEdge growing up. JayEdge was, I tell you, I got the name JayEdge now. So while I was in music school, the first band that I was a part of was called Cutting Edge Band. That's the first band that was formed in, I think, 2007, 2008, somewhere there. And that's where the edge came from, the J, which was the letter J. Initially it was only the letter J, JayEdge, and that was my name. And later I had the AY, trying to make it more unique. And you see, now we have JayEdge, the Jamaican singer. So it's a whole progression now where we are with the name. But that's the whole history behind JayEdge, the Jamaican singer.
The people them want hear me sing. Them say go on, go on.
Alright, 99% of my music. But I've done covers. I've done a cover of John Holt reggae version of If I Were a Carpenter. We have to draw inspiration from the past greats, and good music will always live on.
Remember when daddy said better you measure twice so you can cut one time. Remember when me and my sister them used to play a game called Peace Is Mine. Forward close and make me tell you something. I murder when me bust the rhythm in a high school.
When it come down to choosing a favorite song or a favorite line of a song, if I were to choose from all my songs, singing just to keep my mind from going crazy.
Singing just to keep my mind from going crazy.
If you should come to a JayEdge show, I can guarantee you will be asking when is the next one. when I go to perform, I impart knowledge, I impart soul, and most importantly, I leave a message.
Again.
If I should describe my music in 5 words, I would say happy, I'd say deep, social, spiritual to some extent, soulful.
Ooh, if we are on the ground, then we are upside down.
I've seen places that I only saw on television and only could dream of going to those places. Germany, the Italy, the Spain, all of these big first world countries that, you know, we as Jamaicans look to and say, oh, it would be good to go to one of those countries. Yeah, man. Music has given me the opportunity to see these places and to share my talent. One of my most memorable moments as an artist, I would have to say when I went back to my hometown, Maypen. Performing there, you see the reaction to my songs. You know, it was a joy. That is just one of the many experiences, but for me that was up there in the top. I've had the privilege of working with quite a number of artists in the industry as a keyboard player, because that's how I came on the scene. John Holt tribute that I did, that was inspired by John Holt himself. I've had the privilege of playing for him, traveling with him, and that really inspired me to do that song.
If I were a carpenter and you were a lady, say would you marry me anyway? Say would you have my baby? If I were a miller.
When it comes on to the actual making of my music, I'm pretty much very involved in it. As you would imagine, being a musician. I can remember going to the college, music school as them call it. Going to music school was a struggle, you know. At one point I was at music school and I was pretty much living on the halls, like from the kitchen halls. You know, that's where I was crashing, just to make sure that, you know, I get what I need to. I get things done. So I would say it has groomed me into the person that I am today. Not just as a musician, but in terms of life and being prepared for life. It was a real growing up experience. See life hands on. So most of my life was spent in Clarendon, Jamaica. That's where I grew up. Church, I went to church there, I went to school, I had primary school, then be high school. Those are my alma maters. And it was childhood for me, fun. Hats off to my mom, who, you know, made that possible. I've been involved in quite a number of school events where music is concerned. JCDC, Jamaica Cultural Development Commission. Even at age 14, I can remember entering the Jamaica Children's Gospel Festival with a song that my mother wrote for me. And it got me into the finals. I don't like competition, needless to say. I'm a sore loser. So I didn't win the competition, but looking back at it, now I'm grateful that, you know, I was in the finals. In Jamaica, we have this popular TV show, All Together Sing. I was on that as a part of the choir. Then I was on it as a company in the choir. So I would say I've been doing it. I've been doing it from the beginning, and I will be doing it till the end of time. JayEdge, the Jamaican singer, will be here singing for you, playing music, making music, engineering music. If I should leave a word of encouragement with anybody watching, as I said previously, don't stop. Don't let anyone tell you that it's better you do it this way. I mean, listening, don't be fooled. You know, if you have your vision, chase after it.